Yo, what's up, boss?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Sabus. Welcome to For the Boys podcast.
Oh,
We're on every Thursdays, 8 p.m. Podcast where we just come, stream online, create a space online, tell a noir, share our stories, share our truths,
truce.
truths. Truths.
Truce.
Sometimes.
Maybe a speckle of a lie in there somewhere.
Exaggeration.
We
Well,
always
yeah,
tell
just
the
share
truth.
stories, man. Just share stories. Hope someone can relate and help them with their walk.
Yo, quick disclaimer, man. I say this every week. No, me, Swanky, or anyone else on the team are trained professionals. We just share our stories, we share our walk, we share experiences and where we've been in the hopes that somebody can relate, somebody can learn, somebody can question, what they're currently doing, whether it's something they're meant to be doing or not. Um, yeah, man, it's I don't know, it's just something that
And
we're passionate about. We want you to to hear our stories and be able to better yourselves from it. Um, we
and
want our
ourselves.
kids, we want our kids to listen to
Yeah.
this stuff and feel the same way. So pull up a chair and hang around. Let's have a Talanoa.
Yes, sir. Because like you said, also we're not professionals, so hopefully, like we just speak how it is. We
Yo,
keep it 100 because that's
this
all we
is
know.
it's a platform. Yeah, this is that platform that we never had growing up.
Yeah.
Still
I
isn't
like that.
enough. Still isn't enough of around.
Nah. Yeah.
This is just one of the many that not many people turn to. So um,
And
if we make
it's good to see those spaces around because,
yo,
like you
if we
said, we grew up.
hey, it's
No one
all
to talk
about
to.
if we can make you comfortable enough to lean on our shoulder and whisper in our ear,
Ooh.
I need help. This is happening at home. This is happening to me. Um, and
Yeah.
you only see two dudes on the screen. There's more to us in this team than us two. So reach out. There's always somebody willing to lend you an ear, a shoulder, a pillow.
Oof.
Not a bed. Just the ear, the pillow,
I guess,
but
babe.
something like that. But yeah,
But
yeah. Hang around. We're gonna have a little chat. We have a few questions we want to ask.
yeah, so it's me and Muffy tonight. The other brothers, Teza, Wills, and our
They're on
sponsor.
the they're on the grind. They're on the
They're,
grind.
they're on the grind. They're on the grind. They're on the grind. Shout out to those coming through the chat.
Yes.
If
Shout out
you're
to
on
those
YouTube,
four.
we have a poll up. We have a poll up on YouTube of today's topic, which is can we really blame someone's upbringing on how they turn out?
Yes, sir.
Is that saying, or I don't know if it's saying, but the product of their environment, that keeps
Mm.
going. So, like, can we really blame
I
person's
don't know.
upbringing
I don't
or
know.
area for how they turn out, or is it a personal thing where they're like, nah, they can choose to go the other way rather than what do you reckon else?
Personally, I used to work at the prisons. I've seen people who are, brought up in the gang life. That's all they know. That's what they see. That's their normal. But in saying that, personally, I believe everybody is accountable for how they turn out, regardless of where you've come from. Because, I mean, here's how I'm going to back my answer, Swinky. I'm backing it because you get to an age, which is like 2 or 3, where you know good from bad, right from wrong. right? And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just saying this is just how I feel
That's
about it,
you. All right.
right? So you know, at an early age, you learn what's right, what's wrong, what's bad for you, what's good for you, um, and like, how can you forget that when you're a lot older, have become more wiser, you allow the right to be overcome by the wrong. Like it just doesn't fit in my brain, like type of
All
thing.
right.
That's personally, but I do know that like saying these words right now, I can think of so many factors that could come in to change that whole
Yeah.
dynamic. Eh?
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
And you
yeah,
must have seen it in the prison system. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. It was like people. How do I put this? People don't respond to normal English. Like this is just one dynamic of being brought up in the area or in a community where our normal is not their normal. So speaking like this, they don't understand us. But the minute you say, "Hey, bro, fucking put that shit over there or cut that out," straight away they
yeah,
know exactly what you want. They know exactly what you're saying, and I'm not pinpointing like certain
yeah.
ethnicities, but like it's that's what their culture is like
Street
bringing
talk.
up, like upbringing. That was their upbringing. So the only way for you to get through to them is to kind of like you kind of like talking like them, like you, because then
Yeah.
they can relate and they can understand what you're actually asking of them. Hey, like that's just their upbringing. Um, but yeah, it's just it's crazy. Like it's crazy, man. I've come across I've come across a black power guy who's in there with his uncle and his cousin in the same unit, and he's turned around, kicked off. We've calmed him down, and I've hit him up, and I said, bro, you didn't have to kick off. You know, you didn't have to create a big fuss and act like that. You know, he's like, nah, that's normal. I says, it's not normal. You have a choice, bro. And he turned around to me and he says, I don't have any choices.
Mm.
Mike, I don't have choices, bro. This is me. My dad's a patch member. I'm a patch
Oof.
member. And then he goes, and when my son gets older, he's going to be a patch member.
Oh,
And I
I
says,
remember
oh,
you bringing
true.
this up before.
Yo.
Yeah.
And I says to him, I says, bro, really? Is that really what you want? And he says, that's not what he didn't say
Yeah.
it's not what I want, but he's like, he kind of stopped and I kind of put that thing in his mind and he's like, then he stopped and he just sat there and he looked, he goes, nah, it's just the way it is. I said, no, it's not, bro. You always
They
have a
don't know
choice.
any other.
Yeah, he says, that's how we grew up. There's no other way. I says, but you know. You know
Oh,
that there's choices that you can
that's
make.
tough, bro. That's tough.
And then I left it. Because if you say too much,
Yeah.
they're just gonna fafiki. They're gonna like kind of like just fuck it. I don't want to go off this
Yeah.
conversation anymore. And then he'll lose that whole seed that you planted in his mind. So it was one of those instances where you just need to say enough and then walk away and then let him mull on it. Hey, that's
Yeah.
he's gonna like go to sleep at 11 o'clock that night, but somehow it's gonna be sitting maybe on the left side of his brain, and it's always gonna bother him. Like, remember what the fella said, bro? You do have a choice. Well, that's what I hope I did, because that's all part of like getting through to these dudes, eh?
Yeah.
And like I said, like that's why I stand by my question or my answer, which is like everybody kind of does have a choice. Like, look at these hardcore druggies also who turn into junkies and then they make a choice, oh, I can't live like this anymore, and they change their lives, turn it around. Then they're pissing and standing in front of Disney church and to the pastor.
Easy.
Making money some other way, man. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? This whole topic, Os?
Oh, for me, it's a tough one, man. Like, I'll just read out Lance. Experiences from where you grew up help mold you, but it still comes down to a choice.
Yeah,
For me, it's tough because, like you said, with that example or that story, that kid or that man or that,
yo,
like, he Like it was in his head, like, nah, there's no other way.
And there's a fully grown man.
This is my life. It's already paid for me, you know. Like,
This guy's a fully grown man. Like you can't sit there and tell me like for real, like you're a grown ass man. You're telling me like that you can't. Come on, like really.
because to me, it's like, oh, it's like he's just, you know, he's just probably he wants to make his father proud. Like, you know, it's not a way of living, but yes, just follow those footsteps, because in their like in his world, there's no other way.
Yeah,
there's no other way. Like you're
and best believe it,
his son is coming through too, bro.
Solid, straight up, best believe it. It's the only way that they know. Like this is all the training and is like you have to really understand that that's really how they are. Like that's how they live. That's how they've been brought up and everything. It's freaky. Like, do you think like, oh, you know, some of our cousins are like, oh, I hate, you know, my parents are stingy. They're bro, you got a good life, man. Like, you have no idea, bro. Like, you could be worse. Like, and I've seen even our own people living like that as well. Sometimes, you know, from time to time. Now that I'm doing the work that I am doing, it's crazy. Like, you still see it. Like, it's just, yeah. For me, it's a choice. It's always going to be that choice for you. Eh? Like, you make it. Like,
shout out to
Ryan.
the chat. Yeah, it was Ryan. Shout out to the chat. When you know better is from Data. When you know better, you think you would do better, but sometimes you really don't know better because you don't know
any better.
Like if you grew up and there's no figure like a parental figure to like guide you, like this is right, this is wrong. Like even they don't care. Hey, you're just gonna. You wouldn't know. That's why I think, anyways.
I mean,
you wouldn't know what is right, what is wrong.
Yeah, but Swanky, it's like saying you go to a shop, you really want to eat that chocolate bar, but you don't have the money for it. Do you take it, knowing that it's wrong to take it, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just leave it there, walk out, and just? But you really wanted a Swanky. You're making a choice, like.
Hey, from like street, like where I'm gonna get that, I'm taking it.
Yo,
because it's my meal. That's my.
But in your mind,
probably,
it's wrong,
yeah,
right?
probably, yeah, it's wrong.
That's what I mean, like,
probably.
But then,
they're like, oh,
what is classed?
Consequences.
Yeah, but I think what it is what is in their mind. What is classed as wrong? Like, you know. Yeah, also depends on your support systems and who you surround yourself with. Yeah, that's what we say. The upbringing, the community, the people that support you up and
support systems. Yeah, like you know.
Yo, Lance, but are you able to blame that support system and those people that you surrounded yourself with? I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice because you're too young, but is that your get out of jail card? Like, do you throw it on them and say they brought me up this way? They didn't teach me any better? Lance?
Shout out to the boys, man.
Yo, shout out to...
It's been a minute, man.
Boys.
It's been a minute. Oh, this is awesome. I surround myself. Oh, sorry, Lance.
He must be the greatest dad in the world, man.
Hey, shout out to the times.
Hey, times.
Sometimes you find comfort in the places you know ain't going to help better your life.
Yeah,
family you couldn't find at home. You find it in the gang life. Such a loaded question, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that family. You know, like you don't have that. You know,
it's very true.
This is wrong. This is right.
Yeah. Yo. It's very true what she said. Hey, like those are the things that pretty much persuade you to join.
Yeah,
that's because you don't have that. Hey, these are, you know, this is
sad to say.
This is them for you. Like this is your family now, like, and it's really sad. But yeah, it's really sad. They need to join the For the Boys podcast gang. You know, we just positive vibes and like.
It's good vibes, man.
Oh, no, Lance.
Next Range Rover gang. Oh, oh, flexing. Evoke.
Don't flex. We're live.
Still a twist at the end of the day, Muffy.
Exactly.
Oh.
See, I might have influenced you.
Lance, man.
I might have influenced you on that Range Rover feels, man, but you went and bought your damn self, man.
I don't know, bro. Like, if you don't know, there's a choice you can make. Like, if all you know is just do whatever. What do you reckon, chat? Like,
Chat.
If you don't know, there's a choice you make. Like that dude, and be like, nah, this is the way my life is set for me.
Yeah.
I don't know no other way, chat.
Yeah, but Swanky.
Like, it's easy for I'm not like I know. Like, there's a choice at the end because we know.
Yo.
But just, think of that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like grown ass.
Out of school and shit,
I'm talking about grown assholes. Like, you're like a good late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, thanks, Zeus.
I'm just saying, like, you've come into this age, right? Like, you've come into this age. All you'd be doing all your life is getting in and out of prison. Absolutely nothing to your fucking name. What I'm saying is, like, is there a time like where you sit and you think to yourself, fuck, is this all I'm good for? Is there nothing else for me in this world? Like, is this all there really is? Like, did no one else
contemplating that when you're on the Viva?
Hey, Cal, mate, all right?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Uniform even fast. Sponsor?
Turning up for it, bro.
Well, Terry.
What's up, boys?
What's up, boys? I was just tuning into you guys' chat, man. It's a good convo, man.
All right, go Terry. What do you reckon?
Go. I'm not sure how much time you got, but let it rip, bro.
What do you reckon? Like that upbringing?
I think
the environment,
and I think it goes back to some of what the Bossman said. Who you surround yourself with. As a kid, growing up in South Auckland, your only role models were your siblings. So, if they done well, if they moved on to say, go university or something, or you see that you have a chance of making it that way. You have a chance of, maybe that is success to you. But then in other families, and I can't speak for other all the other people out there. If their success or is gang life, that's all they know. That's all they know. The normality for them is what they see in front of them as a kid. Oh, I think that's what I call role models. My dad's a patch member. I think that's the way I'm gonna go. It's not until you hit your teens, or maybe some are more mature than others, that you feel that, oh shit, this is not the safest route for many of the family. But then you have some families that, they have I guess a head on their shoulders, and what they call their success is going to uni, getting those papers. So, and just for example, my family, role models to me was my brothers, my older brother and sisters, seeing that, they went to school, finished a bit of that, and then, at the end of the light for them, they got the paper. I'm not saying that I got the papers, but you had that sort of role model. I had that sort of role model that I kind of thought, man, I want to be like my brother. So I think if you use that same kind of mentality around different people in the different walks of lives, they may have a different interpretation of how I see myself as successful. If that all made sense. And I'm preaching to everyone in this in this lunchroom.
Can
and
you
they're probably
tell
looking
everyone in that lunchroom to go on YouTube and
Keep those
comment,
numbers up in the corner. It needs to get higher.
comment and subscribe and join the poll.
Hey guys, tune into For the Boys podcast, okay? Now, hurry up.
Let's go.
And talking to nobody here. Nah, but I, like from what you guys are saying, boys, man, it's definitely a discussion because it's funny how all this works because just I think a couple of days ago I was scrolling through Facebook and out south there's a lot of sorry, I won't say out south, there's probably quite a few places where all these kids are on motorbikes and in the chat one of the guys said, oh, there's nothing for these kids in the hood. And I like that kind of thing pisses me off because you don't like if you feel like you're a victim of the hood, then you're letting yourself be kind of what's the word, like letting your environment take over your life. That's how you think about it. But we're all from the hood, and I'm not trying to preach to people out there and say, oh, I copy the way I am. But you have a choice, and that's what Muffy said. You have a choice. If your choice is to become a gang member and that's all you know, well, that's all you know. But there's a lot of things out there that people can do to help or change your narrative. That word and say, oh, there's nothing in the hood, bro. I've seen so many groups out there that help with that sort of stuff. Free free services out there, but I just think sometimes, and I went through that stage of taking those free services. I just think we need to do more as a community, like to help our young people. And I know it's not easy for our young people, but I think there's more we can do. But you can't use, oh, there's nothing in the hood because there's so much to do.
It's tough though, bro. It's tough though because if you're a kid and you just see this easy life, where you get I'm just using an example, like, or where you get a bike just for, joining up or like doing your part in that little group. Like that could be an easier way for them to live their life. Like, I don't know if we're making sense here. But you rather go that route than do a good choice and like change the narrative and all that. Well, let me just put up these comments, man, because they're coming off. Shout out to Coyote. We are our own worst enemies and critics sometimes. Choice, accountability, and consequences. Can I pose a question back to you, please? How do you define upbringing? J Beats. I think at the wrong time, wrong decisions are made. Or I think at the time, wrong decisions are made. They think there is no choice, but when the consequence of that choice comes, jail, etc., then they realize I had a choice. I like that. All right. I like that.
That's that feeling. That's that feeling that you can't swallow. Like you were like, damn.
I should have
done this. Yo, that's like it's peer pressure at the time. Like at the time, it's peer pressure. If that's what it is, like, and then you make a choice based off that. But then you already knew it was wrong, Us. When you were about to pull it off, you knew it was wrong.
Shout out, lads. Some of us was probably happier and safer outside their family environment. I found that in the gangs. Yeah.
Yo. That's a
normal, bro. That's it.
That's a normal one. Yeah,
that's normal. Yo.
But we need to get this question there. How do you define upbringing?
For me, upbringing is like what we spoke on earlier. Like the people surrounding you as you
grow up.
You find out who you are as you grow older in age and that. As you grow up, as you grow up.
And it could be anybody. It could be your own mom and dad. You could be adopted. You could have lost your parents.
Family.
end up with your auntie and uncle and you've been brought up by them. Yeah, it's just I guess your upbringing would be your surrounding, your support system, everything that Rance mentioned earlier on, and yeah, it's that upbringing is
And the area, I reckon. And the area.
I mean, all right, let me ask you this, Swinky. Does it matter what school your kids go to? Or does it matter that the kid puts 110 in to whatever school he goes to? Then
For me,
what?
oh man,
Like how would he end up? Like, is it because he went to a better school, or is it because he actually enjoyed it and decided he was going to put 110 into any school? Because
dude,
that's like saying different areas. That's like saying Mangere is better to live than Remuera. And then if you live in Remuera, you're going to do well in life. It's like saying if you get a school in Mangere, you're going to suck ass. And if you get a school in Remuera, you're going to be a CEO.
It's a tough one, eh? It's
well,
like-
I'll pick a if it's for me, I'll pick a school that I find will have better opportunities, that have better resources
Yeah.
for my kids, you know? And sometimes the schools in the hood don't really have that.
Yeah.
They don't really have that because they don't have access to funds or whatever the reason is. That's why we tend to shoot that way, like Central and all those schools out there. Because we believe like those schools provide better opportunities, better resources, have like reach, you know, have people in those places, you know, sort of thing like that. That's for me, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know about the chat. Like if you have kids or whatever, doesn't matter, you know. Can't keep up with the chat's going on.
good on the chat. Thank you for coming through too. But I think on the same topic as what you said, Muffy. You know, like, do I send my kids to a school that has more opportunities, or do I send my kid to a school where he has to make his own, you know, create his own opportunities? So depends on the kid, and you know, again, we're not bagging the school, but it's just
No, we're not. No.
It's all about how you, I think, you know, you teach your kids, because at the end of the day, if, you know, like say I send my kid to a school in town, and if my kid doesn't want to be there, he's not going to be any different than going to a school out south or, you know, wherever. So, you know, it opens up a new kind of area in which you want to, you know, you always want the best for your kids. You always want the best, whether they have like the latest stuff or, you know, like to help them with school. So yeah, it's how you interpret or how your kid eventually wants to, I guess, do better in life.
Shout out Data again. With school, there's definitely better opportunities in higher decile education system.
Yeah.
But performance with school shouldn't matter.
Shout out to Data. On fire tonight, man.
Oh, here we go.
How about this one?
Continue. Oh, sorry.
How about this one?
My kid that came to last time from King.
Stop selling drugs at Kings.
So,
you know, it's a tough one, eh? Like it can go both ways. It can go either way. It could be the kid. It could be the school. It could be.
There you go. I did
Okay,
again.
okay.
I mean, I went to Miami College, and all my coworkers. Hey, shout out to the 275.
Mm-hmm.
All my coworkers that are on the same level all have high qualifications. I only have my school C. I don't even know
Shout
what
out
that
to the school
equivalent
C.
to, but
School season for the old schools, also.
Yeah, shout out to the chat, man, for, you know, getting personal and sharing their experiences, because that's what it's all about.
yeah,
You know, sharing with us, sharing with everyone out there and all our 200 million viewers.
Let's go.
And bro, honestly, that question is still in my head, and how I can kind of, like, I've got an answer, but I can't get it out to you. So it's making no sense half the time I'm trying to tell you guys.
That's like
Can we
me
check-
too. When I'm trying to speak, I'm trying to get my point across, and then I just
There's just so many avenues, that just
Yep.
open up. How about this one from Lance?
here's a different perspective. If your parents are absent or have problems with alcohol and drugs, but a gang feeds you and makes you belong, then
You know what? That is exactly what they do. That's how they make it. That's how they get you to sign the dotted line.
Yeah.
And
Be-
there it is. They turn into your family. They become your family.
And that's how you become like loyal.
and
You know,
then
because
before you know it, Lance is sitting on the chair.
Lance
I'm a
has no
batch
choices.
member. My baby's
Lance,
gonna
Lance
be a
has no
batch
choices in
member.
life. His life is set for him.
But yeah, in regards to that, that's exactly what happens. In my experience as a prison officer, and I've spoken to so many of these dudes. Speaking to so many of them, and that's it is basically all they know. I don't know if you guys have been down to the Hawke's Bay and areas where it just is, it just is full gang life. Hey, it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, bro. It's like, there's only one color. It's the color of the gang, and that's it. And they even got their own language. It's so enticing for these young kids to I belong somewhere amongst these guys. What's this? This has an answer.
I can't get it out. Some school in the south.
No, he's Roscoe boy.
There was a school in Newmarket, Newmarket.
School in Newmarket. Yeah.
Drop the name of the school.
That's how we become. Hey.
On the end, bro.
Shout out to the chat. So we all agree I'm right.
This is always going to be the question. This is always going to be the question.
This is one of those questions. Like, you can bring it up on so many different scenarios.
Yo. What is it going to be, Terry? What is it?
Tez was the guy that came from Kingston last time. Because he got caught.
2 kgs in the bag. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's a yeah. I think that'll kind of resonate with a lot of people out there, especially those who are brought up south and and made a change for themselves. So yeah, good question, bro. Good question.
All right. We're a bit stumped at the moment, but then there's people, right? There's also those people who had a really shitty upbringing and are now butterflies. Hey, they've been raised in the harshest of environments, with the worst people around them, but have done so well for themselves. There's also those people. What do we say there, Swanky? What do we say about those people who've had it hard but still come out on top of the world?
I tell you what, because they listen to For the Boys podcast, the advice and the telling all those boys bring out was second to none.
Or you can look at your parents as an example too. Our parents, moved from the islands and making for us, better opportunities for us. So that's where we can all start. The foundation where, where our parents thought to change everything and move to New Zealand and in the hope of a better future for us. Now we're all prime ministers in our own right.
Another coming through.
Woo.
You can always be influenced by people and circumstances, but it's your choice how to act on it. Can't blame your parents for everything.
There goes that choice question answer again, Swanky. Where it's always your choice, eh? It's always gonna be you. You're always gonna say whether you want to do it or not. Whether you take that chocolate or leave it. It's on you.
No, you can't blame your parents for everything because probably like Muffy when he was a young boy used to jump out the window and go do bad things.
Because I can't fit out the window.
The bad things.
Slide out the window and hang out on the street.
Yeah, ngale. And go limp. No. But yeah, like I said, like, what about, you got to remember, like, not everybody ends up in a shit, like, in the poo. Sometimes you could be raised in the worstest of even a word, of environments and conditions and situations, but still be, a university graduate of whatever, diplomas, masters, and those are the ones who could have turned their upbringing into their, strength. Could have bought all that hardship and used it, to get them.
But we see that with the athletes.
Yeah. I see that.
With NFL people players, come from like tough neighborhoods in it, but they overcome to become these superstars.
So what I'm saying is, like, not everybody turns out what the environment wants them to be, eh? Like,
Yeah.
There's also those guys who have, it might be a small percentage, but they still overcame the gang life around them, the abuse or whatever it was. Yeah.
Exactly. Some people have all the opportunities in sport, end up in rehab for addiction, etc. Just when you have too much money,
Facts, eh?
being around the kid that was kicked from Kings to LaSalle.
Okay.
Oh, Spilly.
No, Mr. Spilly.
Shout out to those doing the G walk on it.
My man.
Rich kids got everything they wanted to end up down the wrong path.
Yo, that's another thing, eh?
Yeah.
Those rich kids, eh? Those like snotty little fucking, those guys. Nah. But yeah, there's always how many times have you seen that on the movie, eh? It's like, these guys are just
gone sour. On Facebook. Uza, now you just blame it on yourselves, can't blame anyone else.
Yeah. At some point, you have to take like responsibility. Like, even though you're a young kid, you might not know any better, and then as you grow older, and hopefully, you know what's right from wrong. When you said it, Muffy, right from wrong. At the end of the day, it becomes your choice and your decision and whatever mistakes you make.
Yeah.
Hawks, can you hear us? Cole?
Hi, Hawk. Unmute him.
Did he mute himself?
I think so. I'm trying to unmute him.
Boys, good chat. We'll catch up later on in the thing.
Think it is.
Got to keep the network running, eh?
Yeah, keep
Keep
open,
the
maybe, mate.
network running.
Thank you.
Go for an hour break now. Shadows.
Drive the train backwards.
He goes, Walter, should never blame your upbringing for how your future turns out. You pave your own path in life.
Goody. Oi. Hawk.
Chas.
I think he is lagging.
Oh, lagging. Yeah, Hawk.
You're lagging
joining
us.
us tonight is from the windy city of
Wellington.
Wellington.
Can you
Now you keep cutting out us.
You're lagging out, Roos. Stop using the Macca's Wi-Fi, Roos. Give it
Stop saying
up.
outside Becca's. This is too
Give
cold.
it up, Roos. Just go home.
Man, chat's on fire tonight, Swanky.
Hey, it's been a good chat. It's been a good chat. Thank you for tuning in and dropping in your thoughts. Folks, can you hear us?
Oh, shit.
hold on?
Oh, he keeps cutting out.
We'll try again.
Bring that question up again, Swanky.
We'll try again. Oh, well, from Lance, what I try and do is just be supportive of anyone finding themselves in the crossroads.
All right, so now we're gone, like to the other side of the room where we're like looking at these people. Eh?
The blame game kind of leads into ongoing mental health issues. Blame game.
Yeah,
Who are we blaming? Who are we blaming? I don't blame anyone, though.
It's sad because they do. It's a true thing. Like they do actually sit there and blame everybody else but them damn self when they know they made their own choices. You know, the worst part is that they don't see the snowball effect when they do make the first small choice, eh? Because that just leads into the fucking, you know, the next layer, and then the layer after that. Before you know it, all these layers are sewn on. And they just don't come off. But is there a lack, Swanky? Is there a lack of information, awareness, and like support out there? Because I believe there's a lot of these opportunities to help people who are in these situations, in these communities, in these upbringings that are not so ideal, I should say. I do believe that there's a lot of
I reckon
community
there's a lot
support.
Of help. I reckon there's a lot of community help, support, and all that, and it's all out there. Sup, Hawks?
So, boys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, see, I told him to go home, bro. How are you, Uso? How you doing? How's the
Not
windy
lagging
city?
this time, eh?
Nah, because you're using your own Wi-Fi instead of your neighbors.
Oh, well.
It's a safe space.
Still as toxic as ever, though. It is what it is.
Hey,
Oh.
did you get a chance to listen?
Give
in
us a
on
take.
what we-
Give us a take. Give us a take. Hawk.
What was that question, sorry?
Can we really blame someone's upbringing on how they turn out?
Nah, not really, bro. Like personal experience. I have a cousin. He had everything at his fingertips, bro. His single child, like only child, brought up the proper way, but he chose the gang life. He's patched up now. Tattoos all over his face now, and like he had a mean upbringing, but I don't know, for some reason I think he just found comfort there. Yeah, he chose
that word, man. Comfort.
like, he had some real good friends, and then he decided to go that way. That was the way he decided to go.
Is he still a member now? And is he still like a happy member now? Or is he like,
Yeah,
does he have a couple of regrets? Does he have.
I think he's got a few regrets that I know of, but he's He's still happy in himself.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a big one. Like
Yeah.
Tats on the face, even like that's some permanent shit, bro.
Yeah. So something he told us that he would never do, but you know, it's done a bit of time. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. He's still my cousin. Still gonna love him no matter what.
Yep.
I'm just gonna support him if he needs help.
Yep. Sheesh.
Shout for sharing that. But I just got a comment here from Lance. For our kids who are in this
Yeah.
situation, they just need some words of affirmation and positivity,
Definitely.
and for them to know that we still love them. And if they still go down that track, then so be
then
it.
I got a really thick belt. I can whip your ass into gear again, man.
Hey.
I ain't got no
Hey,
time to come visit
hey.
you on the weekends, man. Fuck that shit. You get your ass back into line.
I got another
I can't
comment
hear
from
Swanky for some
Ajitan's parents can play a massive factor in your upbringing. Traumatic experiences can affect your pathways too. It's not necessarily the hood life or gang way of life that affects
Yeah, that's
you.
true. That's true.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
then-
Yeah,
and
that's
how
true.
many times have I shared that? Like a lot of the times, I feel like haven't been there for my kids growing up and all that. You know? So that's like that's what she just mentioned there. That's how I feel sometimes. Even though my kids, I've spoken to them and they've said, "Oh, nah, we knew, we understood, and all that." But I still feel like that, especially when they probably only understood in the later years, but in the earlier years, they never would have understood it. So
Yeah.
and then by then they would have been already fucked, like traumatized or and it's hard to reverse that effect, so good one. That's a good one. Get your shit together, keep it together. Parents.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
Shout Lance, shout for
Shout
always
Lance.
pulling through.
Yeah, alofa kuzo. Again, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Ababa. Here we go. Ooh, still firing through data. Let's go.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. But the influence again can't confuse influence with what you choose to do moving forward.
So can we say, Swinky? Like after all this
Influence.
discussion,
That word influence. Yeah.
Can we say it's all come down to choices like that person makes, regardless of the upbringing, regardless of the environment? Because I still back that. I still back that it comes down to the person themselves,
Choosing.
the choices they make. Yeah, the choice that they make. I still back that.
That's my answer.
Oh, yeah. Like I'm sure all the listeners and people who've tuned in tonight feel the same way. Like we all have a choice at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, when you don't know that you do have a choice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I like to bring that up all the time. I mean, you don't know
Like
any better.
for those that missed it early on, what Swinky's saying is like, believe it or not, because that's the hardest part about it, is believing that there are people out there that don't even know what they're doing is wrong. That to them that's normal. To them that's all they've known. That's all they've been brought up learning. Those are the steps. And as wrong as it is to the outsiders looking in, to them they're doing fine. They are on par. They are so on par.
Bro. Success.
So that's
Living my best
the
life.
other and that's probably the hardest part to wrap your head around is like not everybody is on that same like track. Hey, their track is Magua going the opposite way.
What curve, yeah.
Yo, you know, they're in reverse, those dudes, but they don't know any better, and that's what like makes everything a lot more harder for people to get through to people like that.
Hey, shout out to those Juan.
One,
Colaro.
Colaro, Antonio.
And your environment 100% shapes and molds you in your formative years and does make it hard. Hard but not impossible. There's a saying I like: if you're born broke, then it's not your fault. If you die broke, that's all your fault. This comes down to the choices you make. You're 100% responsible for your life. Manuia boys. And did you put on your team to do this?
With the gym. But again, that word keeps coming up, Senki. Choice. Choice. You make it.
Oh, yes. That's 100%. 100%. Thanks, Juan. Thanks for tuning in, also.
Juan.
Hey, but Data, I mean, are you going to keep blaming the alcohol? Or why you keep on...
Why are you bringing up next month's topic?
T-Pain, man. Shout 99% of situations, I would say they have a choice. That 1%, I would say don't.
But then why are prisons full? And it's full of a lot of people, 40 Pacifica. We run the majority. Lazy. Our people are lazy. They don't want to learn. They don't want to like better themselves. They think this is. I mean, hey, maybe they're better as what they're living right now. Hey, Spanky.
Hey, living the best life.
This is the better. This is the best.
Hey,
number one bullshit guy. Was all. Yeah, this is going to be one of those a lot of opinions, you know.
Hey, but everyone's saying the same thing. Like, you're responsible. It's up to the individual.
Yeah. It's all on you. It's all on you.
Create your own, narrative and all.
It's crazy, Swanky. I've when I was at the prison, I met some of the old school gang members with the tattoos on the face and all that shit, and they're still down to die for that shit. It's like they're still ripping their colors. Like also,
then they must have like.
It's like also. When we talk to me, you got no teeth and you're still ripping your colors. Like, when are you gonna give that life up and act like a grown ass man? Hey, it's crazy. Like, sheesh.
There you go.
Surely.
100% people are lazy. You hit on the head oos looking for shortcuts instead of putting in the money.
For real. And Juan is a Mahi dog. We know that. So.
He's a dog, all right.
It's really sad, though. It's really sad to agree with me because it's true. That a lot of our people are lazy. They want the easy, They want the ticket.
We all about
they want
that
the shortcut
shortcuts, bro.
man.
Hey.
But
I just want that bike, man.
You only want that shortcut. You should only want it for like 5% of the time. Everything else should be 100, You should only want, you should be willing to do the mahi. Put your hand
when
down.
my friend pulls up and he's like, "Ooh, all I had to do was this, and I got this." And look at that! I got a Beamer. I just had to do that. Shit. That's fast as, bro. I don't even need to pay for it. Hey, chat. What do you reckon? Some good shortcuts there. Like right here, Muffy had a car back in school. He had a choice of coming to school or
take Lance to see all the girls at Epsom. Let's go.
or move Lance from Kings to Nassau.
Or take Lance to see his girlfriend at Epsom. Let's go.
Oh,
Not the native guy. Hey, leave the native guy alone.
hey,
Oh, what's up, Tua? Sabos? Yeah, nah. It's been a good chat, eh? Like it's definitely one people will push blame. Those who can't who ain't willing to take blame, to take responsibility. Yes, let me take this time to send my love out to the Firo family. Lost their mum earlier this week. Good to see one of those was come home from Ken's again, Simon. Much love to the family also.
that's us. Yeah.
Tino. Oh, hi there, Tino.
Debatable discussion. There's no debate, Tino. We taking shortcuts every day, Tino. I want that Beamer, Tino.
Forever.
Just show me what I need to do.
Sheesh.
Well, thank you, Chet. Thank you for jumping in the conversation.
It's this is just gonna go on all night. Like, just grow. We're basically saying, grow up, make better choices, and don't be a dick. Be a good man. Don't steal the chocolate. Leave it.
Oh, see? Oh,
no.
well, still coming through. See, it's
Oh,
hard
here
to.
we go.
It's hard to cap it off. From one, so easy to fall into that life growing up where we grew up. But you're right. It comes down to choice and taking responsibility for your life, choices, and actions. You boys spitting hard truths, not just pretty faces. Ooh,
Oh, Juan.
ooh, Juan. But shall chat.
Short chat for coming through tonight.
Shall Hawks, shall Teza for jumping in.
Short Data for shooting all the holes in the wall. Sheesh.
Hey, lead it. How are you doing, Hawks? How's Wellington?
Cold, bro. Still cold.
Ooh.
Find yourself someone to cuddle or
Mhm. Yeah, find that shoulder.
get the mummy pillows.
You find that shoulder also. Hey, as per normal, ending our show off with advice. Hawks,
Yes.
you got some gems in the pocket there. Anything you'd like to share with our
Some
listeners tonight?
advice. Could be
some-
anything else.
Or a quote that your favorite quote you want to share with us, or anything, advice,
Nothing at
a
the moment.
message.
To be the first guy to pass.
Stuck for words at the moment.
Yeah, sing. So you can sing too.
It's not
You
like
can also
you.
sing.
You can sing a waiata if you want.
Get the guitar. You're humble.
No, you kick it off this week. You kick it off.
All right, for me. Well, I'm stuck too. Nah, for me, have that circle of friends or usos that you can call on. Like you call on when times go hard, like when times are hard, or you just need someone to talk to. Have that circle or create that circle of friends or usos that you can rely on. And yeah, like we say all the time, like we don't have to have the answers, but just offering to listen or offering to just be there.
Oh, open your ears.
It's a lot. Yeah. We don't need to have the answers, man. So that's from me. Thank you, Chet, for tuning in. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for an hour out of your evening joining us tonight. Finish us off also.
For me, most of the time we leave like suggestions or advice, but lately I've been like dropping challenges, Swinky. So this tonight I'll probably challenge more and more people who jump on our podcast when we are live to jump in the chat. You guys make the chat. You guys help us turn the wheel. You guys bring it all out. Like you drop your gems, we count it back, we get somewhere.
Yeah, bro.
So I do challenge everyone who does jump on the podcast when we are live, or even if not, you can drop a message on our Instagram, Facebook. Just man, if you hear something that you didn't, it doesn't sit well with you, man, jump on the chat. Let us know.
And tell us.
Let us have it if it has to be that way.
Hey, you don't even have to have your camera on. It's like how we
see?
have Hawks down the bottom. Like,
so yeah, I challenge
you.
That's my challenge. Every week, I'm going to challenge somebody to do something else, but it's just pretty simple. It's pretty easy, and it can be anonymous. So there we go. That's my challenge. Next week, jump on, have a Talanoa, because that's the only way we're going to get through all these challenges in life that we face on a daily.
I like that.
But again, just like Swiggy said, thank you to everybody who's tuned in, jumped on, dropped the gem, said hello, or just bump that number up to show us that you're actually listening. Means heaps to us. So thank you for tonight. I'm Mafioso.
I'm Swanky.
And
that's Hawk from Wellington.
From the Wellington. Peace.
Peace.